Colombia's President Gustavo Petro has agreed with President Donald Trump to take joint action against cocaine smuggling guerrillas on the border with Venezuela. And this comes after the two leaders held their first phone call aimed at de-escalating tensions after Trump had threatened military action against Colombia following the ouster of Nicolas Maduro. Now, Colombia's Interior Minister Armando Benedetti said that Trump and Petro, in nearly an hour-long call, had committed to taking joint actions against the National Liberation Army, the ELN, Colombia's last remaining major armed rebel group. The Interior Minister further said that Petro had asked Donald Trump to help strike hard at the National Liberation Army rebel group on the borders with Venezuela, adding that the guerrillas must be attacked in their rear as well as on Colombian soil.
There's an order to attack the ELN along the border with full force. The protection they had over in Venezuela is no longer there, so it's possible to carry out much bolder, much more promising military actions, and in that regard, there was also a conversation with President Trump.
The Colombians welcomed a phone call between Petro and Donald Trump amidst a diplomatic spat and called on the government to lean on dialogue and to avoid any further escalation. This after tensions had escalated following the capture of President Nicolas Maduro. Now, Trump had threatened and said that he could launch a similar military operation in Colombia, prompting a sharp rebuke from Petro.
Conflicts, especially of this magnitude, on this international scale, must be handled with great diplomacy, and that's what the Colombian government needs to do. Handle things diplomatically, through talking. That's what dialogue is for, without escalating the conflict further. I think this is very good, and I hope it continues on this path.
What was happening there was really just a war of microphones, because the assertions President Trump makes have no judicial basis. It's just his way of being, his temperament. Petro has committed some imprudent acts, like when he went to the United States for the Latin American countries meeting, trying to challenge what the US military was doing.
Meanwhile, Colombia's most wanted rebel leader summoned other guerrilla commanders to a meeting to discuss the capture of Nicolas Maduro by the US military. In a video sent to the media on the 8th of January, Ivan Mordisco, the leader of the remnants of the dissolved FARC armed movement, called on other guerrilla commanders to discuss what he termed as being faced by a common enemy.
We know we've had our differences in the past that still throb among us, but today we are facing a common enemy. The shadow of the interventionist eagle looms over us all equally. We summon you to set these differences aside. There will be time to sit together in camaraderie and discuss these disagreements.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.